It is Tuesday the 5th of May 2020 and today's PSHE lesson we are going to be looking at physical contact and keeping safe. So what I would like for you is to make sure you have a pencil and a book, or I shall be sending out a copy of a person that you can draw on. I would like you to write your LI out, so remember, put the dates at the top corner and then your LI and then your success criteria. Once you've done that, I really would like you just to pause the video and then stop writing. What I'd like from you today is to do some really good thinking. As I said, Mrs. Lang will send you out a form via email or class chart, so you can use that. Or if not, watch the video again and then you can draw the pictures in your book. Okay, so this is a really important lesson today, so I want you to think. If you have any questions that you need to ask, or if your parents have any questions that they need to ask, please get in contact with the Year 2 team. We are here and we are happy to help. There is also another number that I will give you. I will also give you the Grange number as well at the end of the slides. So again, if you do feel that you need to talk, feel free and contact us. Okay, let's get on with the lesson. So I'm going to look at bobblehead me. Right, so as I mentioned, the PSHE today is keeping safe and exploring physical contact and preferences. Now we'll look at that word preferences in a moment. Our learning intention is I understand there are many forms of physical contact within family, and some are acceptable and some are not. It's not just in the family, it's about friends. I know at the moment you're just with your family, but when we are back to normal, you will be seeing different people. So it's not just about your family, it's about friends, it's about other people around you. If we go through it, you'll understand a little bit more. So our success criteria today is I know what types of physical contact I like and do not like and can talk about them. Remember, it's really good to talk. Let's go through. So as it is a PSHE lesson, we are just going to take a little bit of a moment and we're going to do some breathing exercises and we're just going to relax. So watch the video and listen to it.
Hi, my name is Zafu. I'm from the book Zafu's Quest, and today I'm going to teach you how to meditate. I love to meditate because it makes me feel super happy. Will you join me? Great! First, you will need to get very comfortable. You can sit down and cross your legs, or you can lay down. Watch me. Are you comfortable? Great! Next, close your eyes.
Close your eyes,
Now,
you two. I can see you peeping.
Breath.
You know who you
In
are.
through your nose and out through your mouth. Watch me.
If you can't breathe through your nose,
Let's
you
try
can
this
use your
3
mouth.
more
Okay.
times.
Big breath.
Okay, you're ready to meditate. Keep your eyes closed. Breathe
them
in
closed.
through your nose. Hold your breath for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
And out.
And now, release your breath, this time through your nose. Let's try this 3 more times. Now I want you to take a deep breath in your nose and let it out through your mouth while saying the words ha, ha, ha.
So deep breath.
Allowing your breath to come all the way out.
And then ha.
Keeping your eyes closed. Imagine a white fluffy cloud surrounding your whole body. Enjoy the peace you have created. Now, open your eyes, rub your hands together, and face them out. Send the peace you have created to everyone you love. Yay! You just meditated. I knew you could do it. Let's try this again sometime.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that year too. Let's crack on with our lesson. Okay, so we're going to think and have a look at a little bit of a recap. Okay, so yesterday, remember, we looked at families and we realised that actually family, there are many different types of family. There are two dads, two mums, mum and a dad. There are people that are carers that look after us, grandparents that look after us. So families are made up of many different structures, but there is one thing that is always the same with our family, and that is that we have the right to feel loved and cared for, and trust as well. Let's move on. Okay, a little bit more about vocabulary. So preferences. What Mrs. Lang means by preferences is what we like and what we don't like. So preferences, what we like and what we don't like. The other word that we'll be looking at is uncomfortable. Okay. Sometimes when we're at school, we hear a bell and it's a warning sign. It's telling us that maybe a fire or something, and then we have a procedure and we go off and we get ourselves ready and we get ourselves to safety. Okay. Sometimes there aren't those warning alarm bells that we can hear. Oh, like that one. That just sounds like our fire drill at school, doesn't it? Yes, it is. I should have prepared you for that. Sorry if that frightened you. So, sometimes we have an internal alarm system. So we don't hear it like that bell there, but we have an internal alarm system. What Mrs. Lang means by that is sometimes we feel, and this is where the word uncomfortable comes in, and this is where it means, sometimes we might have let's move my head, there we are, sometimes our heart may beat a little bit faster. Oh, let's go back. Oh, let's go back. Let's go to previous. Let's go to previous, sorry, year 2. So sometimes our heart may beat a little bit faster. Sometimes our hands, if you can have a look, our hands might get a little bit clammy or they might get a little red. We might actually feel a little bit hot. Or there are times where we just want to remove ourselves from that situation. We might want to run or we might want to hide. We don't hear that big bell as we heard, but it's our internal alarm system. And then when we feel these things, we're feeling very uncomfortable. Okay, so moving on. Now this is a really nice character here. This is a book and it's Hughless Douglas. Now with Hughless Douglas, sometimes he wants to hug people that doesn't want to be hugged. Okay, there are people that do not want that contact. You may like that contact, but they do not like the contact. Let's have a look with Hughless Douglas. Okay, let's see if I can run this. Let's get my head out the way for you. Let's sit back and enjoy the story.
By David Melling. Read by Alan Davis. One spring morning, a big yawn came from the back of a deep, dark cave. There was a young brown bear, and his name was Douglas. I need a hug, said Douglas. So he wriggled out of his pajamas, brushed his hair, put on a scarf, and went to look for one. My best hugs are big, thought Douglas. So he went up to the biggest thing he could find, wrapped his arms all the way around, and gave it a squeeze. It didn't feel quite right. Oh, grunted Douglas. It's a bit too heavy.
Oops.
Oh.
Poor Douglas.
My best hugs are tall, thought Douglas. So he went up to the tallest thing he could find. He hugged at the bottom. Oh. He hugged around the middle. Oh. And he hugged as high as he could reach. Oh. But it was all wrong. And it had splinters. Ouch! My best hugs are comfy, thought Douglas. And he trotted towards a cozy-looking bush. He cuddled the bush, but something felt very odd. The leaves quivered and trembled.
What's he
and ran
cuddling?
away. Give us a hug, cried Douglas. No, bowed she. We're too busy. He scooped up armfuls anyway and tried to cuddle them gently. But they kicked and squirmed and didn't like it at all. Poor Douglas. Why can't I find a hug? He said. If I want a hug, said a wise owl, I sit in my tree and let me try, whooped Douglas. And he scrambled up next to the owl. But he soon found himself in a clumsy muddle. Woo! Twit! said the owl crossly. I only wanted a hug, sniffed Douglas. Perhaps there's one down here. He felt something long-eared and rabbity and gave it a tug. Douglas could tell the rabbit didn't want a hug. He sniffed again, and without thinking, wiped his nose on the fluffy end. Excuse me, shouted the rabbit. Put me down. But I need a hug, said Douglas, and I can't find one anywhere. Oh, I see, said the rabbit kindly. Come with me. He took Douglas by the paw and led him round and about. At last they came to a deep, dark cave, where a sleepy someone was just waking up.
Who could that be, I wonder? E.T.
Douglas peeped inside. He had the funniest feeling that he knew the someone very well. Hug? asked
Who
Douglas.
do you think it
and
is,
ran as
E.T.?
fast as he could towards his mum. Come to think of it, my best hugs are from someone I love, said Douglas. And he snuggled into the biggest, warmest arms he knew.
Wow. I hope you enjoyed that, year two. Let's move on. Well, if Miss Lang can move on. Okay, well, I'm trying to move on. So, what did Hugless Douglas really want? He just wanted a hug, but not everybody wants a hug. Sometimes it's best to know that you can hug the people that love you most. Your carers, your mum, or whoever is in your home that enjoy that hug. It's okay if you don't like hugs. Some people don't like to be touched, and that's brilliant, and that's okay too. Okay, let's get back to the presentation. I'll minimize my head. Okay. Oops. Bear with me. Let's do this again. Oh. Let's go to the next page. Okay, so ways we like to be touched. Sorry, I'm still Hugless Douglas. So, ways we like to be touched. So, some of us, we like to hold hands, but we don't like the hands being gripped. Sometimes we like patting. Sometimes we don't like touches at all. We know that hitting and pushing can be really, really hurtful. Sometimes when we can tag too harsh, and that can be really hurtful too. And restraining, what I mean by restraining is when someone's holding you back. That's a touch that we may or may not like. I don't like being restrained. I do like holding hands, and sometimes I do like a hug. There's no right or wrong answers here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a copy of our man here, and you are going to look to see what's good and what's uncomfortable, and you are just going to either write or draw what you think is comfortable and what's not comfortable. So for instance, holding hands. Now Mrs. Lang likes to hold hands, so I can write my holding hands here. Okay? Hissing. I don't like hissing. That makes me feel really uncomfortable. Some people don't even like you sitting too close to them. Sometimes it's best just to sit an arm's length away because it's known as personal space. So if you have your arms out, then some people, if you stay that distance, then that is your personal space. At the moment, with social distance, you need to stay a lot further away than that. Okay, so again, there's no right or wrong answer to this. So just have a really big think on what kind of touch you like and what you don't like. Remember, that makes you feel uncomfortable. Okay, so this is more serious. So we're looking at this here. So when we're thinking about uncomfortable touches, there are places where people should never, ever, ever touch us. So we're using the swimming costume rule here. So if you're a boy, you've got swimming trunks, and if you're a girl, you've got a swimming costume. Now nobody should be touching you there unless you've hurt yourself or they're helping you clean yourself. Sometimes mummies and daddies, they will help you get yourself clean, or if you've hurt yourself, they will look at you. Even if you go to the doctors, usually you will have your mummy or somebody you trust that's with you. But no one should be touching you there unless, as I say, that you've hurt yourself or you need to be clean. Okay? So remember, this is the swimming costume rule. For girls, you can see the swimming costume covers slightly more. And for the boy, you've got the swimming trunks. Mrs. Lang is going to send you more information with the email, and that's from Pantosaurus. And he gives you a poem that will help you remember where you should touch and where you shouldn't touch. Also where people are allowed to touch you and where they're not allowed to touch you. One thing I need to talk about now is sometimes when people are touching places that they shouldn't be touching, they might tell you to keep secrets. That's not a good secret to hold on to. No matter what they say, if they say they're going to do this or that, or they make you feel scared, that's not a good secret to hold on to. So using the numbers that I'll list below, you can ring that number. Let's have a look. let's go through. So this is the information that I will be showing you. And you have every right that if anyone touches you, the thing that you must remember, it's your choice. So you can say, no, no, no. What can you say? You can say, no, no, no. So you've got every right to feel uncomfortable, even if it's just a hug. You don't have to be hugged if you don't want to. Okay, so Mrs. Lang will send you that information. Let me put my little head down there. There we are. There are numbers here that if you want to talk, you can ring up the Grange number if you want to speak to Mrs. Lang or one of the other year 2 or somebody else that can help you. As I said, this isn't a secret. There should never be secrets like that, and we can't keep it a secret. But what I can promise you is that we can help you. There's also the NSPCC. The number is provided before you so that you can call them. Okay, I'm going to take us back to the previous slide. So let's go back to the previous slide. So Mrs. Lang is also going to send you a picture like this, and you're going to draw your own swimming costume onto that picture, and you're going to show me arrows where it's safe to touch and where it's not safe to touch. Okay? So remember, year 2, what do we say if we feel uncomfortable and we don't want to be touched? We say no. Right, so until tomorrow, I hope you're feeling safe. I hope you're feeling well. Again, you know where we are if you want to contact us, or that number there. I shall be back with another PSHE lesson tomorrow, and we'll be looking at friendship. So until then, take care, stay safe, see you soon.